So, story time. This was the first couple of days when I moved to Chicago, and my roommate and I, one of my roommates, decided that we should have a girls' day out. So, we're on the bus, and we're talking about a lot of things. And at some point during this conversation, we had mentioned something about writing on your own skin when you're taking notes, and because you really need to take down something, and you don't want to pull out paper because that's just a waste of time, and your skin's right there, so you just take out your pen, write on your skin, and that's there. And sometimes you forget, and you wash it off, and then you have to start the whole process over again, or you curse yourself that you forgot to write it down on the paper the first chance you got. As I'm talking about this, there's a woman sitting across from us on the bus. And when we started talking, my roommate and I noticed that she was an active listener, let's just say, because I was watching her from the corner of my eye as I was talking to my roommate, and I could see her react to the things we were saying. But this one thing about writing on your skin was what got her to react. Now, during this time, and I don't know what it was about us two 20-somethings being on the phone talking about writing on ink, and I was joking about how my mom used to say, oh, don't do that, you're gonna get ink poisoning. And I think I said pretty much something along those lines to my roommate, and that's when this lady chimed in and said, oh, but it's true though, the ink can actually seep into your skin and cause ink poisoning. Look it up, you have smartphones. And when she says that, I take it as a challenge to actually go look it up. And so I look at her and say, yeah, sure, without missing a beat. And so I take out my phone, pull up Chrome, and start looking it up. And now, I have accidentally welcomed her into this conversation. And so she is talking to my roommate about how it's true, that the ink poisoning can accumulate over time. And all the while, I'm Googling furiously on my smartphone because I finally have data and I can do this. But the problem is, with stuff like this, is that there's not a lot of reliable sources. And with every single source I find and write off as incredible, not trustworthy, I get more frustrated because I desperately want to prove this lady wrong. Because how dare she butt into our conversation? And so I'm pulling up link after link and then saying something along the lines of, well, according to this, oh wait, no, it's not a reliable source. Let me pull up another one. And she just has this smug smile on her face, and I don't know exactly what it is during all this, and she says something along the lines of oh, I have a daughter about your age, one day you'll understand when you have kids, would you just let them tattoo stuff all over themselves? And my roommate, she just kind of looks uncomfortable and it semi-shrugs and says, well, it's her body, she can do whatever she wants. And oh, nearly died there. This lady leans over and touches my knee and says, it's okay, one day you'll understand when you have children. And I look up at her and just kind of mutter under my breath, don't touch me. And I don't think she heard me because I was so upset about this and I didn't want to cause a scene at the same time. And so I don't think she heard me, but I was so mad at this point. Before I can pull up anything to, I don't know, take her argument down, it's our stop and we have to get off the bus. And the moment we do, the bus pulls away, the two of us just start going off on that lady, how dare she butt into this conversation she wasn't invited into. But mostly I was mad about the fact that I could not find a reliable source to prove her wrong, to have my moment of being Alexander Hamilton, just to smack her argument into the ground and come out victorious. And that is my CTA bus story for today.